Hi everyone, I'm Adrienne Everheart and I'm going to talk about manifesting your desired outcome in a long distance relationship. Now you can actually use these manifesting tools in any relationship situation, but today in particular I'm going to talk about long distance relationships. I get so many emails and so many questions about how to make a long distance relationship happen when there's so much distance. Now, a lot of you are gonna probably answer in the comment section and say, Adrienne, you're so against long distance relationships, and I am. So let me just get that out of the way. The first problem I have with long distance relationships is that my clients come to me incredibly unhappy. And part of manifestation work is finding things that feel good, rich, juicy, and wonderful to you so you can expand upon that. If you're stuck down here in, we've only Skyped one time this week, he only texts me this week, I haven't seen him in 4 months, but we're in a long distance relationship, you're gonna be really, really unhappy. So no, I don't want you to be unhappy. I feel like long distance relationships really cheat yourself out of a lot of opportunity for happiness. I had a client recently who was in a long distance relationship with a man, and for 2 years he was in the military. So for 2 years, she was his girlfriend. She dated no one. Her girlfriends were always out having fun and doing things. She was at home alone, or doing things only when her girlfriends had times to make them, girlfriend events. And this is a young, beautiful woman, by the way, and in the prime of her life. 2 years later, he came home from his assignment and he broke things off with her about a month later. All of those years of her life are gone, and now she is getting, closer to age 40, and it's a different game. That, so many things change as we get older in dating and relationships, especially for women. And so much of what I teach you how to do is take what is happening in this moment and focus on that, and not focus on, well, in the beginning he pursued me, in the beginning he talked about marriage, in the beginning he couldn't get enough of me, because none of that really matters anymore. It's a beautiful memory, and keep it and remember how good it felt. However, you have to clearly see what is happening now. So if you're in a long distance relationship and you're not hearing from your partner, you're not communicating with them as much as you want to, the best thing that you can do is focus on what it feels like when you do hear from them. You get this exhilaration, you get this happiness, you get this charge in your energy. So that's where you want your energy to be focused on. What feels good when I do communicate with this person? What feels good when they do open up to me? Now that's something I teach you in New Man Manifesto. It's a manifesting program to help you with love, dating, relationship, wherever you are. You can take these tools you see and apply them to anything. So for a woman who isn't in a long distance relationship, let's say you want to hear from the man you really love and desire, you want to hear from him more. Focus on what that feels like. Focus on what it feels like to have that attention and love in your energy and around you, you see? So the more you focus on that, you're going to pull it to you. The biggest problem with long distance relationships is that women come to me telling me everything that's wrong, everything that's broken about it, and you're already in this love-starved, lonely, and unhappy place. So we have to start at the very bottom, actually a little bit lower than the very bottom, and we have to start cleaning up your vibe from there, because not only are you love-starved and lonely, but you're living on crumbs by choice with someone you're in a relationship with. So you see how many problems this can cause in your energy. Now, if you are married and it's in a long distance relationship, it's temporary. And that is something where you want to work with communication and make things as positive and feeling good for both of the partners involved as you can. That's kind of a little bit of a different video, but you can still focus on what feels good and manifest more of that. But let's talk about the absolute answer to long distance relationships. The key here is you guys have to be near one another, period, for an extended amount of time, at least 3 months or 6 months. the two of you have to live within proximity and date. So if you have found yourself in a long distance relationship with someone and you haven't even been able to date them for 3 to 6 months, I really want you to question your decision to do that. And that, is this just a safe decision that's making you feel good in the moment, but it's really leaving you trapped and with no options? So sometimes trapped with no options is what our inner wounded child feels most comfortable with, is being in a situation where we're loved, we have a relationship, but we have it at this really safe distance where we can stay safe and not get too involved. But the adult you at some point says, this is crazy, this feels terrible, I haven't seen this person in 2-3 months, they don't want to come to my house for the holidays. You see, it'll catch up with you at some point and you'll have this awakening. And that's usually when you're writing me or emailing me online because you're not happy anymore. You're having this wake-up call that you're not happy. So if you're not at the place where the two of you can live each other in each other's proximity and date to see if this is really going to work out, I want you to begin to open up the conversation with your partner and just let them know it has felt, it's felt good being in contact with you. It always feels so wonderful to hear from you, yet I'm feeling really lonely. I'm feeling really lonely. I feel really sad. I feel isolated. I feel so torn by this distance. One part of me, I want to be right there with you. Another part of me, I know we can't. What do you want to do? What feels right for you? You can ask him that. And listen. This is when you want to listen to a man, because if a man tells you something like, I can't be with you right now, I've told you that, but this feels good and I love you and you're my number one, words. Those are just words. You want actions. You want a person who not only tells you they love you, but they show it, and they're adding wonderful richness and love and fun times to your life. They're taking you out on dates. You're enjoying movies together. You're there to help one another when one of you has the cold or the flu. You see, you're there to build this bond by being together. That's why we are in relationships, because they feel good. Don't find yourself locked into a relationship where you're not feeling good. So to recap, the best way to manifest that relationship and heal it if it's long distance is first focus on what it does feel like to be with that person. Then when you can and you're with them, even if it's just for a weekend, I want you to really make good memories about what it feels like to be with that person. Wake up in the morning with that person, have breakfast with that person, take a Sunday drive together, whatever it is. Really focus on how it feels good. Because sometimes when you're in a long distance relationship, and I speak from experience, it's Sunday, you're watching that movie together and you're like, I gotta get on the road in about an hour. And you already have that dread inside of you. So you can't really enjoy the moment. So ladies in long distance relationships, focus on what does feel good, call forth more of that, but definitely depend on 500 Ways to Talk to a Man and the video series to learn how to script and talk to your guy so you can draw that line in the sand and say, it feels amazing, being together, and I want to know you, and I want to love you, and I want to feel your arms all wrapped up around me, yet we have this distance, and it feels icky to me. This distance just makes me feel so trapped. What do you think we should do? Or how do you feel? I'm curious how you feel. And get in touch with that. Open up that conversation. That's what feminine energy is about. So if the man says, well, here's how I feel, I can't be with you right now, and you don't like it, you may have to walk away. You may have to tell him, this feels really wonderful, but I want to keep my options open. I want to keep my options open because I don't feel good doing it this way. And you don't even really need to give him a reason, but you can definitely express that the way things are right now, I don't like how it feels. It feels good when we're together. I love that. That's amazing. The distance feels so icky to me. And if the guy tells you that he can't do that, listen to him. Keep your options open. Start dating new men. Don't say goodbye to him forever and say, well, never going to talk to you again. You can talk to him and kind of keep him there for comfort and practice. You know, you don't have to completely get him out of your life, but begin dating new men. He will very quickly want to know who you're dating, if you're dating, and he'll be angry about it. And again, I want you to rely on 500 Ways to Talk to a Man ebook, because I have scripts in there when the guy gets jealous and he says, so were you out on a date last night? You have to be able to say, I feel so strange being asked this. I feel so strange. One part of me is flattered, yet I just feel so awkward answering this. And he'll get mad. He'll get angry, and that's part of him deciding, am I going to keep you in a cage and have you whenever I want you? Or can I accept that you need to be free and keep your options open? Or am I going to man up and come and claim you myself? The man needs to decide that for himself. Don't let his anger and his jealousy trap you in feeling miserable and being kept in a cage, okay? Now, ladies who are in a long-distance relationship, or even if you're not, you have some feedback, some comments about this, please use the comments section. I actually love to answer your questions. If you have a quick question you want to ask me in the comments section, give this video a thumbs up if it's helped you. You've learned something new about manifesting and the power of being positive and projecting what it is you want and calling it to you. If you want to go deeper into that, I have a program called New Man Manifesto, and you can check that out all in the links below. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Please give it a thumbs up and sending you much love. Bye-bye.